Hello my dear friend, welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it, press the bell icon, hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, I have been making video on the Hindu newspaper editorial. In the same series, today I will talk about the very important article for the exam perspective, and even it is very important for the deliberation purpose also. We can discuss or deliberate in the social spheres so that we can come out with the conclusion that can be beneficial or productive for the society. Today I will talk about the national language. As you guys are knowing that we are not having any national language, but here in India we have been proponent of the psychology. Specifically North Indian guys are very eager, or they are very curious to implement Hindi as a national language. But the same situation was in the 1947, or when our constitution framework or like forefathers have been deliberating on this particular topic. There was huge uproar in the parliament on this topic because most of the South Indian states were reluctant to impose Hindi as a national language, because we are having cultural diversity and it is very typical to unify whole India on a particular language, because each and every place have a distinct language, and it is very must to integrate whole India on the particular national identity. And like if I would talk about the English language, nowadays English language is a continental language, I mean intercontinental, because now each and every continent people are using English language, and we have adopted such type of language for the conversation and for the official use also. But if I would go constitutionally, like Hindi language, earlier it was in the deliberation in 1950 that we would continue Hindi as a official language till 1965. After 1965 we would continue like Hindi specifically for the official purpose, and till 1965 we would use English as well as along with Hindi. Both would be the official language for the convenience purpose, because our constitution was totally written in the English language, or most of the document were the English. That's why we have deliberated on this particular topic. We would continue English as a official language along with the Hindi, and that was concurrence along with the South Indian states that in 1965 we would going to change that official language only Hindi. But before 1965, in 1963 itself, there was a uproar in the India and in the our Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. People were very like anxious about this thing that Hindi would be imposed as a national language. That's why government came up with this new type of legislation in 1963, the Official Language Act 1963, and it amended in a later words like in 1978, in 2007 and 2011, and several amendments have taken place in this act. If I would talk about the language, like language is the totally way of expression, but here the thing is that we have to unify whole India in particular language. Even if I would talk about the schedule 8, we have imbibed 22 languages right now in our schedule 8, and that is the like diversity of our Indian culture. If constitutionally I would go, then part 17 of the constitution include the official language or Hindi language. Generally it talks about the Hindi language. Article 345, article 345 is saying that we have to use Hindi language and we have to try to promote this language. And even the same in the same fashion, article 348 is also talking about the like we have to take measures to promote the Hindi language as a official language. Even under this provision, like we are having a 30-member committee, unlike other committees, because they are having different members, but the language committee is having 30 members and they keep on deliberating, and the chairman of this committee is the home minister, and it's the home minister responsibility. They keep on sending the recommendation to the president, and after that the president would put all the reports into the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Till now, ninth report has been sent by the Home Ministry only, and that sent by the Home Ministry in 2010 itself. That is the ninth in 2010, and 10th and 11th recommendations still are pending in front of the president, and they have not put into the public domain. Even like few gist of this 10th or 11th report have come into the limelight, and that's why like our home minister suggest each and every time we have to imbibe the Hindi language in the our technical course and medical courses. But in front of home minister, even like our education system, there were several issues. First one is the textbook issue, because most of the text we are having in English language. If I would go for the like technical part in the engineering or in the doctor syllabus, we are having only English language. And another one is the teacher. It is very typical to find Hindi teacher for these technical subjects, because most of the teachers like they have learned in the English language, and it is very difficult for them to teach in the Hindi language. And the third one is the exam pattern, how they would select the new curriculum and how they like imbibe all the things in the normal curriculum, so that each and every person can grasp this thing. And as like yesterday I have told in the topic that most of the South Indian guys are tech savvy, and they are more advanced as compared to the North Indian, and this is the fact. That's why it is very typical to implement this Hindi language in the textbooks and all things. Of course, like there is a no mention in the constitution that we have to use English language as a our official language, but there is a mention in article 344 clause 3. It includes that president have to consider the minority perspective with regards to the language also. This is the only thing mentioned in the constitution. But this is the harsh reality. Like we have been using English as a official language, and even it is mentioned in the constitution that government have implemented like under article 345. It totally depend upon the our Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha what type of language they want to use in the official work, then they can select. This is the article 345. But the fact is that sorry, but the fact is that like it is our like parliament keep on discussing this topic, and that whenever like we are discussing this topic, then a lot of tensions and concerns are raising by the peoples in the parliament itself. But here this is the like harsh reality. All continents and all people, all professionalists, they have been using English language, and we have adopted. And if we would talk about the English language is the legacy of the Britishers, now this is the distant history. Now this has gone already, and this has gone, and it is a very past thing. We should not cling this particular thing. And of course we have to promote Hindi on the frequently basis, and government have been taking initiative in this regard. In September month they are organizing Hindi Pakhwara, and for the 15 days they are promoting the official language as a Hindi language. But we have to unite whole India on that particular language. And of course English now is a universal language, and it is the skills, like we have to learn skills so that we can explore in front of the competitors. The same issue is along with the curriculum also, because it is very typical to find a job. Of course we would provide the technical knowledge and medical knowledge in Hindi, then but we have to find job in outside India, because most of the profession requirement is the English language. This is the harsh reality, and we have to accept this. But this is the like India, and we have to give regard to the Hindi language also. And the same is mentioned in the part 17 of the constitution, and government is taking initiative in this regard. But still there are lot of scopes. We have to keep harmony inside country, and this is the good essay for you, that you can write some valuable points in your essay writings. It can be helpful for the your mains examination for UPPCS and UPS. Of course it would be beneficial for the essay writings. And if you are learning, you are the beginner in the learning stage, definitely it will help you how to speak in English. You can replicate or imitate me, but this is the only means by which I have learned. And that is all for today. I will come tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.